Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am in the garage and I have to do some maintenance on the 52. First thing I'm going to have to do is replace the voltage regulator on. If you've seen the previous videos or a couple videos ago, the battery is going dead on this mower because it's not quite putting out 12 volts. So it'll make it through a couple days and then the battery will be dead. So I am going to change the voltage regulator that says John Deere on it because I went to dealership that's 1 minute from my house, and they sell Gravely's and John Deere's and everything else, but it all has Kawasaki engines, so I don't care where the parts come from or what brand they're on, I should say. Parts are parts, and it's close to my house, so I did not go out to the Scag dealership because that's 20 minutes in one direction, and I'm trying to get everything closer to my house so I don't have as far to go anywhere. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this first. We'll do a test on this afterwards and see how many volts it's putting out, and then we'll do the rest of the maintenance of oil change, changing blades, greasing everything up, cleaning the deck off. So let's get started on this. Okay, the hardest part I'm going to have is where this is at. And those are Phillips screws, and I can't unplug this because it's up against the starter. I have to try to get to everything. So yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but we'll make it work here. Well, that's working a little easier than I thought it was gonna. Way easier than I thought it was gonna. That's all there really is to this thing. I said it, even though it says John Deere, it's the same exact one. Like I said, parts are parts. Doesn't matter where they come from. This lone wire, the single wire here, yellow wire, goes to the battery, and these two wires come from the stator plate. So let's start this up and see how many volts we have. Okay, I don't know where I turned the camera off because I was doing more testing. That new voltage regulator doesn't work. This puts out just under 12 volts. That one doesn't put out any volts. It's 0. So I'm gonna have to return that because I gotta get another one. So just gonna have to make this one work for a couple more days. But that's just my luck. I get brand new parts that are bad. So yeah, so be it. Welcome to the world of Misfit world. So it's the way it always works. Anyhow, I'm going to put this back on and start the oil change. Anyhow, let's just plug this thing all back in. Because this will put out enough volts to make it through a couple days anyhow. What a pain in the butt. But, anyhow, nothing I can do about it. So, let's start this one up and I'll show you how many volts this has got. Right this way. and at full throttle 11 point whatever all the way up to 12. So I'm just gonna have to take the other one back, the other voltage regulator back, and get another one coming. So I know in a few days this battery will be dead because of that low voltage on there. So one thing about the oil change on this mower, it is pretty simple. There's a dust cap I always pull off before I feed everything through, because it always ends up coming off right there, and then I lose the stupid thing. So then I just feed it down through here and open this up. Then I pull the dipstick out and it pours out. And once it's done draining, you just seal it all back up. Try to get everything as clean as you can, or keep as much oil as you can off of it. It's fed up through the top there, put the dust cap back on. And now comes the messy part, the oil filter. There's no good way of doing this. It's not too bad of a mess. And for the new oil filter, I just take the and screw it on. Hand tight, and then I give it a quarter turn. Best as I can. And that's it. And I just add 1 3/4 quart of oil. Okay, the next thing I want to remember to do, before I forget, look and see how many hours is on here. 702 hours. These blades here that I just took off have been on this mower for a week. We've been doing all the thatching and picking up leaves and everything, and I just want to show you what it did to these blades. This blade looked like this when we put it on. That's after a week. That's how much sand is in our area. That's a big, big difference. And we lost, what, 3/16 of an inch, ½ inch there, something like that. It just all beat right to death, and that's from the sand and stones and sticks and everything else we've been getting. So that's why I always use my oldest blades when I do the thatching and the leaf pickup. So now, the next set of blades I'm putting on are not my best blades yet either, because there's some yards we haven't been on yet. So it's my next worst set of blades, I guess it is, because they're not perfect, they're beat up. And I start using these now, and then after this week, because I'll be able to run, well actually I'll run a few days and I'll have to put a new set of blades on there, but I want to use these blades in the yards that I have not been in yet, because there's always going to be a stone or something you're going to see or not see, I guess, and hit it. So we'll get these put on now. I guess I just looked underneath the deck. I guess I better clean the deck out first before I put the blades on because it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. This is 2 days ago. After all that rain we had. And after that, we got a lot of dirt. Most of this is dirt.
And that's how many clippings are underneath that deck. That's a lot of weight on that mower. But that was all from 2 days ago without just in 1 day of thatching. And this was cleaned out halfway through the day too. Yeah, a little too much grease, but I have too much grease in there than not enough. Okay, I got both Scags serviced. Both of the oils changed, the blades changed, everything's greased, decks are all cleaned out. 48 didn't have any issues with because I wasn't picking up after I was thatching there. I just mowed a couple yards, but it was all fine. I was going over my records on that 52. I was completely wrong on how many belts I went through. I believe I misquoted myself here a couple videos ago. I've gone through 5 deck belts and 3 drive belts. It's got 700 and whatever hours on it. Yeah, that's why I always said the bagging system cannot be on that mower, just can't handle it. So after Vicky and myself been talking, when we get our next mower here with the bagging system on, we will be selling that bagging system off that Scag. We're going to keep the Scag, which I don't think it'll give us too many more problems after we get the bagging system off there. You know, I have replaced several items on there. You know, this is a second voltage regulator on that mower. Second volt? No, it isn't. It's the first voltage regulator that works. I replaced the voltage regulator on the mower I'm sitting on, the 48. I'm getting them mixed up here, but anyhow, this mower that I'm sitting on, the 48's got 1,400 hours on it. It's 10 years old, and I bought it used. It still has the original dry belt and the original deck belt. And there's no bagging system on it, and it mows, and it's pushing that thatcher around a lot, and it's been pulling DR around for the past 3 years. So it's pulling a lot of weight, and I chatter the pumps every now and then, but you know, that's what happens. You kind of overwork it a little bit. So that is going to be the end of this video. I thank you for watching and subscribing. You check out the links in the description box below. We greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a good evening, and we will see you on the next yard.